Welcome in to 9 News at noon, 12 o'clock here right now. Okay, so after we're going to get to the raids and all of that, but first let's begin. We're continuing to follow on that developing news as dozens were charged in a case involving illegal sports betting and gambling tied to the Mafia. One of the biggest names included former CU Buff and Nugget Chauncey Billups. This morning, authorities said that Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among more than 30 people have been charged in two separate cases. The case Billups is tied to is called Operation Royal Flush. He's accused of plotting to rig underground poker games using high-tech cheating gadgets to steal millions of dollars. Those poker games were backed by 4 of the 5 mafia families that have run organized crime in the New York area for years. And today, officials made strong comments about the illegal gambling bust.
My message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
Now, the second case involving Rozier targeted NBA basketball players and team officials. Say Rozier and other defendants had access to private information that was likely to affect the outcome of games or players' performances. They are accused of trading that information for either a flat fee or a share of betting profits. Billups and Rozier are expected in court later today. And Billups is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, but for Coloradans, his ties to the state run very deep. Chauncey Billups is homegrown talent from right here in state. He was born in Denver, played his high school ball at George Washington High School, graduating in 1995. And from GW, he went right up the street to play his college hoops at CU Boulder. Billups once again stood out, being good enough for the Boston Celtics to select him as the 3rd overall pick in the 1997 NBA draft. It wouldn't be long before he came back home to play for his hometown Nuggets in the 1999 season. And he eventually went on to win an NBA championship and finals MVP with the Detroit Pistons in 2004. Billups retired in 2014, and just last year, he got enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Let's take you outside, shall we? This is a live look over Coors Field. While parts of Colorado will continue with the above average temperature trend, other areas bracing for storms. So let's check in now with Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Hey, Keely.
Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, very nice start and middle part of your Thursday. We are tracking precipitation moving in right now from the south and west, and we are going to see that snow pick up a bit as we head into the evening hours in the mountains. Could make for a bit of a slick drive over the passes and the I-70 mountain corridor this evening. But right now, we are dry as we take a live look at the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels. I-70, no problems. We are dry as we kind of head into the afternoon hours on this Thursday. But again, things changing tonight into the overnight hours. Lookout Mountain, we've got a few clouds. That's it. We've got a nice day. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s right now, on their way to temperatures in the upper 60s by this afternoon. Across much of the plains, current temperatures, we're looking at 45 degrees, so still chilly in Greeley, 57 in Fort Collins. Temperatures in the mountains, 40s and 50s, about mid-50s out across the western slope. So live radar, there's that moisture again. We're seeing some rain, saw some thunderstorm activity earlier today as well over the western slope. Higher elevations seeing some snow, and again a little bit of a wintry mix up along the I-70 corridors in the high country. Mostly cloudy today, 69 degrees, that's your forecast high. And again, we're going to reach our high right around 4 o'clock. Increasing clouds as we head into the evening hours. So scattered showers topping our weather headlines. Temperatures stay mild, and we are tracking a big cool down to the potential for some impactful weather. We'll talk more about that coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you. Lawmakers, advocates, and families will come together in Denver today to push for safer streets across Colorado. The Route to Change event is happening tonight at the Denver Zoo. It's hosted by the White Line Foundation, created in honor of Magnus White, a USA Cycling team member killed by a driver in 2023. Since his death, White's family has been leading the efforts to make roads safer, helping to pass a bill in the Colorado Senate earlier this year, and now advocating for a national bill called the Magnus White Safety Act. Tonight's event runs from 5:30 to 7:30 at Norgren Hall inside the Denver Zoo. And Denver Mayor Mike Johnson is facing pushback from both residents and city leaders after announcing that he's extending the city's deal with Flock Safety. The contract with the controversial license plate surveillance company was originally set to expire on October 30th, but it will now run through March 31st. Hundreds of Denver residents packed a community-led town hall last night, planned weeks ago. But well before people arrived, Denver Mayor Mike Johnson announced he was keeping 111 cameras active across the city. Johnston and police say the Flock cameras are a public safety tool. The mayor says the new agreement adds stronger privacy protections, only allowing Denver police to access the system, not federal agencies like ICE or other jurisdictions. But some are skeptical, including council members.
I'm not just looking for them not to place our data on state and national networks without our consent. I'm looking for meaningful guardrails, and there's probably some task force and legislative work to do to make that happen.
And Johnston says the task force was never meant to make decisions, only to give feedback. He says the 5-month extension gives the city a chance to test new restrictions before deciding what comes next. City Council will vote on whether to extend the contract in March. Turning now to an update to a story we brought you as breaking news yesterday. 6 people have been indicted as part of a major car theft and burglary ring operation across the Front Range. 5 of them were caught during a series of raids yesterday. 1 is still wanted. According to the Boulder County District Attorney's Office, a group of people has been stealing cars, taking them to chop shops, and then retitling them and using those vehicles to commit other crimes. Investigators say this was going on for about a year and a half.
In some of these cars, they found garage door openers, and they would use those garage door openers to then break into people's garages. Once they broke into the garages, they would steal bikes, high-end bikes, from the garages, and then break down those bikes, meet with another member of the crime ring, load them into a van, and have them transported to Mexico.
Yesterday, police and SWAT teams raided 9 different properties along the Front Range. They say the crime ring spanned more than 25 jurisdictions across Colorado. And a mother from Colorado says her son has been kicked out of a mental health treatment center after she raised concerns about how he was being treated there. Brandy Fogel says her son Channing was kicked out of the Southern Peaks Treatment Center in Cannon City 2 weeks after she spoke to 9 News about how often he was being restrained by staff members at the facility. Brandy says she's been trying to move Channing to a different facility, but she says that the decision was made for her when she went to pick him up for a birthday party yesterday.
And they had all his stuff packed and told me that they were releasing him. And when I told them that there's no discharge plan in place or anything, they let me know that that was my problem. I 100% believe it's because I stood up for my son and the other children in that facility and what is happening there.
And Brandy says Channing is now at home with her while she's trying to figure out if she can enroll him in school or send him to another treatment center. Southern Peaks did not return our requests for comment.